How are you feeling? And that was a nice little 30-minute cameo, wasn't it?
Yeah, not something I want to get used to though.
No.
I want to be playing, but no, the gaffer made his decision. He tried to expose Mertesacker with Andre's pace, and then he put me on towards the end and let the big battering ram do his job, and did all right for a change. So yeah, I just want to be back in the gym tomorrow, get ready for a big week, trying to prove that I can start next week.
Yeah, tell us how tricky it is when you're the leader at a football club, and you have been the leader here for a number of seasons. It's clear today how much they love you. How difficult is it when you are not leading on the pitch?
You know what, you have to put your selfishness to one side, because I'm the leader because I don't let my own ego get bigger than the team. So we just spoke off air about certain players for Arsenal that I think could do with that, because I don't think I'm better or I deserve a place just because I've been here for X amount of years. You still got to earn it. And there's a transfer window every 6 months, so I should have to prove myself every 6 months, otherwise I'll be out. So the club's moving forward, I can't stand still, and that's what I want to do.
There's a big debate about the penalty today, Troy, and I said, if I was on in a Watford shirt today, if I was a midfielder and I see my centre forward who went up front at the time to play alongside you was going into the box at pace and there was a minimal contact, I'm saying to him as a midfield player, go down.
We've had a lot of decisions this season that have gone where he should have gone down and he hasn't. I think personally, full speed, I thought it was a foul, and I think if it was the other end, gives it and no one says a word. No one says, well, we've had 2 against Man City that we should have had in the first half, weren't given. No one says anything because it's little old Watford against the big boys. But if it's the other way around and we were winning, and let's just say Man City or Arsenal in this case, ended up losing the game, I've heard Wenger's already started blaming that's the reason they lost. Well, I'm not going to be one to tell Mr Wenger about himself, but there's a reason they lost, and it wasn't because of one penalty.
What do you think it was?
I have to watch what I say on leave, but having a bit of cojones, I think the word is. Having a bit of nuts.
I think you can get away with that.
Having a bit of nuts, just having a bit of... Whenever I play Arsenal, and this is just personal, whenever I play against Arsenal, I'll go up and I think, let me whack the first one, and let's see who wants it. And I come on today, jumped up with Mertesacker. I didn't even have to jump, actually. Nod it down, the crowd gets up, we've got someone who can win it, and they all just backed off. So for me as a player, I just go, happy days, because that's my strength. So if you're going to let me do my strength against you, you're going to have a tough afternoon.
Well, I hope
you must hate to hear that, though.
Well,
you must hate to hear that.
I hope the Arsenal players are listening, because I tell you, if my blood would be boiling if I was hearing that. Because the one thing I have to guarantee is that I'm up for a battle, and I'm going to be confrontational, and I have to. You've got to repel that kind of attitude from opposition, because that's what happens, and that's how Watford got back into this game today, and that was a given for the team that I played in. And if it's missing from the current group, Wenger has to seriously examine that. And you wonder whether that's ever really been replaced, that element of the game. Because you look at the types of the Vieiras and people who are very physically strong, and it's okay. Have they gone too technical? Was watching Barcelona on a Sunday night with his dinner on his lap, was that the pinnacle for him, and it went too technical because Arsenal have gone away? I thought the start 11 was quite a strong 11, but when Welbeck went off, they lost some of that industry.
I just think personally, there's an element of that's the equaliser for me. Personally, I know I'm not technically gifted like they are. I'm not as quick. But that's if you want to fight with me, I'm going to beat you all day. So if you want to come into my world and do that, you can do that. But you've got to be at a level that your excellence of keeping the ball, being faster, getting in right positions are all 10 out of 10s. Because my equaliser is I'm big, I'm strong, I do all the ugly stuff you don't want to do, and I'm going to make it horrible for you.
And in the end, that won out because Arsenal didn't pass the ball well enough. They didn't create enough. And they had the chances to finish the game off, but didn't have the quality.
Or the ruthlessness. I heard you say that before I came in. I think you touched on Man City, but I don't think there's many teams, the top teams, them elite teams, that would have the chance that Ozil had and be so naive and just nonchalant with it.
You mean nonchalant with his reaction to missing it?
No, with the finish. You've got. I'm an old school Arsenal. I love watching Arsenal. My son's an Arsenal fan. So Wrighty don't miss those.
No.
Thierry don't miss those. Even Petit, Vieira, Merce, they go through. They're ruthless.
It's not a lack of talent, so what is it?
It's ruthless because I think this is it starts from behind them. I think if they would have missed it when any of you boys were playing, you'd be like, hey, finish that.
It's a mentality.
He missed it and it was like, oh, we'll get another one. Unfortunately, this is the Premier League now and everyone's catching up and you don't get another one.
I think Martin's right with Bellerin. The reaction, even if There's hardly any contact there. If I had been Bellerin then, I'm sure, we'd have been and Troy, we'd have been going up to the referee. I'd have got a yellow card off the referee because for my anger of saying I didn't touch him, ref. Although there was minimal contact, it went down too easy. I'd be going mad.
Does it start with a niceness? You know, I remember George Graham saying to me when I first came to the club, "You're too nice. I know we don't want people to get around referees, but you know, you have to compete for every single decision, every tackle. You scrap for everything." And it seemed that Bellerin was a little bit too accepting of that. I'd have gone berserk.
It's the fine margins, isn't it? We speak about the 1% in football.
But if your opponent knows and you're telling us, you know, if you know this, the rest of the Premier League know it.
Yeah,
you keep working hard, you'll overcome Arsenal because they're not able to fight for long enough.
Look at the losses. I've worked for the loss of Stoke as well already away this year. So that shows that these so-called people look at us as the lesser team, but we're looking at Arsenal that we can beat you. We don't go there with that aura, that fear anymore.
What was Marco Silva's message ahead of this game, both in the week and in the dressing room before?
Obviously, we changed formation, so he's trying to get the tactical side over it. At half-time, to be fair to him, he let the boys have it. He wasn't happy at all. We showed him too much respect to try to out-football Arsenal. And it goes back to what I said, the equaliser is, they're always going to be better than us at that for the next foreseeable future. So we need to go and get in their faces, play to our strengths, get Richarlison the ball, let him get at people.
He's good, isn't he?
He's a good player, but when you've got someone with speed running at you, that's the defender.
How good is he? I was really impressed.
I think he can do whatever he wants, but we have to be careful. He's 19. He's a young baby. He's already been playing since the start of January, I think, in Brazil. So he's a baby. So I think you look at the first 60 minutes, he wasn't quite at his normal high standards, but you've got to expect that. I say he's 19.
You know, obviously, you're current players we can see, and because the game's so fast now, you know, where is the line? Because we've had a big debate in here. Was it a dive?
Or you're still talking about the penalty.
Because I'm interested.
Robbie is not moving on from this topic.
I'm interested because Troy's a centre forward, and when is the line as a centre forward when you're sprinting to the box at full pedal like Richarlison was? Where is the line for you in your head to think he's touched me there? I'm going to go over.
I'm the wrong person. I'm a big boy. It hurts me to go down. So I've had numerous occasions where I thought I've been bundled to the ground. There was one in the second half when Mertesacker come clean over the top of me. Now, I don't get those decisions, but the little whippets who get the little touches, they're the ones who go down, and it only takes a little touch to go down. And I'm not having it to dive. I know the kid is. I'm not having it to dive. I'm sorry.
Tell us what he's like behind the scenes. Do you put your arm around him? Do you spend time with him?
Yeah, you try to. Obviously, he's trying to learn the language. Yeah. Obviously, culture shock, moving from Brazil to London.
Attitude?
Great kid. Spot on. Wants to work. Loves the physical side of it. That was the only fear for me when he come in. You tend to put the Brazilian boys as flary and not really up for the fight. But he's the first week he come on against Liverpool. He went in 50-50 with Henderson and then jumped up for a header with Lovren, and I thought he'll do for me straight away. And he's just.
Well, he went down it, didn't he? We thought he dislocated his wrist early in the game, and we thought that might affect him, but he's back up and back.
I think it was a goal against Bournemouth as well early in the season.
Yeah, he gets across the front post. Yeah, throws himself.
The problem will be trying to keep hold of him because the way that he moves, you wouldn't want to talk about that, but the way he moves, he reminded me of an Anelka.
Yes.
Because he gallops and he takes players on. He's asking questions and he wants to score goals.
Yeah, and every time he gets it, he's going that way. He's driving the team 50 yards up the pitch, and I think that's massive for any squad to have a player of that ilk. You look at Crystal Palace; they've got Wilf Sahara who can do that, and it's massive when they come back into the team.
Yeah. We should eat with that, or you might have him sold before you know it. There's loads of questions coming in for you. Ben Trant, thanks for all your messages. Says, is Troy Deeney the most well-spoken player I've ever seen? Loving Premier League tonight. Curtis Hobart, an honest Premier League player. I love that. Troy Deeney is going hard on Arsenal tonight, says Manish Pandey. And Ken says, wow, Troy Deeney with some home truths for Arsenal right there. Nate says he played 30 minutes, got a goal, got man of the match, then stayed on the pitch to celebrate with the fans. I love that by Deeney. He's a class act. A question here from Matt. What are Watford's targets for this season? How far can they go? And Ryan, at the same time, not that they want to put pressure on you, can Watford finish top 6? They're asking this season. Yeah, already. Have you discussed it?
No, we don't discuss it. I'm not the cliche person who says we look at each game and do that. But that's at this moment of the season, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to target that. But I think we can finish top 10. I'm very confident in saying that. I look at the squad we've got. I look at the players we've got to come off the bench. Obviously, you had myself, Carrillo, Capu coming off the bench today. You had Ben Watson, you had Will Hughes not even in the squad. We've got a massive quality within our team.
We were surprised by Will not even involved, do it?
That's just look at the competition with places. Who are you going to take out? So he knows his job is to keep working, and he's still a young boy as well. So there's a lot there to work with. But now it's the midfielders of now are not little players anymore. You've got to be robust, you've got to be athletic, you've got to be able to do everything. You can't just be a really good player, which he is, but you have to have all
Troy,
the
has things changed much on the training ground with this
Yeah.
manager? How good is he? Because a lot of people are saying big things about the manager.
Yeah, well, I'm a massive fan of him, massive fan. Not just with what's on the pitch, but the way he carries himself, sets a standard. And literally, last season, everyone knows it was a bit
Toxic, wasn't it?
Unorthodox is the word I'll use. But yeah, it was worked great. And obviously, he come in at pre-season, and some people can go, right, this is the standard I want to get to, but because you've had this so bad, we'll get to here, we'll wait. He just went, this is what it is. I think we lost 3 people through injury in the first week. It's like, don't worry, you're going to have to catch up. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Everyone gets to this level. A few people got left behind, and the squad
You've had
moved
7
on.
managers in 3 years.
I'm about to say 2 years, isn't it? Something like
3
that.
years. So
3.
you want that stability. You need that stability now.
Yeah, we do. But also, I think if he keeps doing what he's doing, people are going to start asking questions, and you can't begrudge him to move if he's got a better offer. I'm not one of the people that say you should be blindly loyal to football, because football's not loyal to footballers. So it is what it is in terms of people coming and people going.
And there's been so much talk about what's changed at Watford. Just tangibly give us the answer on a day-to-day level as a player here. What is different now to last? I mean, we came here and the atmosphere was not good under Mazzari last season. It was toxic. So what's changed for you, though, on a day-to-day?
The clearest one is you've got a manager that you can understand. For a fan's perspective, if he speaks English and he's saying this is what we're trying to do, it's very simple. Keep things simple, keep things clear. And the players have responded to him, the fans have responded to him, and obviously results always help. First game of the season, we get a 3-3 draw with Liverpool, last-minute equaliser. Great, go away, win 2 on the bounce away from home, and everything's roses. So now he's give himself time, and now it's a case of just keep building on that. And I think when fans can see that everyone's giving their all for the shirt, that's the minimum requirement.
And how have you played it so far, not being in? Have you pulled the manager aside? Have you gone in his office? Have you asked for a chat? How do you deal with it?
I haven't had to. That's what I mean. Honestly, again, he's told me I was rushing back for the Liverpool game. Obviously, I had an operation in the summer. And he said, look, we've just brought Andre in. Have an extra week, but you'll be back in the squad next week. It's just keeping me in the loop, so I don't have to think about it myself. I don't, is he not picking me because I'm not fit? Does he not like me? And it's a clear communication is massive for any player. These guys will tell you.
That's the most important thing. As a player, there's nothing worse. Why am I not playing? Why am I not in the squad? So that, I've had managers like that. I've had managers who don't say why you're not playing.
Yeah.
There has to be a plan for every player, and you have to meet the needs of every player that you possibly can. And I think it helps he's played the game himself, and he can actually keep an eye on things. And I think he's destined for big things. You're hearing lots of stories coming out. I was listening to Michael Owen on this programme a few weeks ago, and obviously clearly he's spoken to the players. There's good noises coming out, and the most important thing is the results. And everywhere he goes, he nearly turned it around at Hull. I think he won 6 out of 18 games there when they were going nowhere. He just missed out, and he's certainly doing big things here.
There's a few more questions coming in. Matt says, great performance in the studio and on the pitch by Troy Deeney tonight, a true Watford legend. Adam asks, who's the toughest team you've played this season?
It'd have to be City. Yeah. Obviously, it was a strange game when you look. I'm a weird guy. I watch the games back like 20 times and I try and pick holes and everything.
Right.
Yeah, I want to be a coach, so that's what I'm trying to do.
And you watch it, not your performance, but the whole
team. My performance. I watch what I did bad, mark myself, that kind of thing. And everyone in our team had 7 out of 10s, but we lost 6-0.
Yeah. What did you have?
Me, I would come on for 15 minutes. I was a -6.
You were a 10. You gave yourself 10.
I was a -6. No, but we played really well, but just the way they move, it's very difficult to close on one side because you've got Kevin De Bruyne might be at right back, but then Kyle Walker's right forward, and you're like, how do you plan for that? And the way they're playing at the moment is just frightening.
Absolutely, and you saw their result today.
Yeah, 7-2 again, was it?
Yeah. Right, before we go, this show is all about the fans. We've got a quick message that came in from Watford fan Andy. Andy, all yours?
I can't speak! How do you sum that up? Tom Cleverley in the 90s, something, whatever minute, I don't care. Watford are in the Champions League places, come on, you want it!
He's not getting carried away.
Not getting carried away. And I don't blame you for staying out there as long as possible. It was lovely. You gave your shirt to a kid at the end there, and we saw a lovely shot of him jumping up and down with his dad. You were the last to leave the pitch tonight. And there's a feeling here that something's going on. It's these late goals.
But to be fair, I'm not giving myself any credit. I do that when we lose as well. I think it's massive. I'm from a normal working class background, so it's expensive to come and watch games. So even if you lose, the least you can do is thank you for coming. And if you give someone a shirt, it makes their year, their night, whatever it might be. So we've lost 6-0 to Man City and I'm out there. There's been other nights when we've lost and we should have won and everyone's giving me grief, but I still stay out there. You've got to be able to take it.
Good man. And what was your boy a ball boy or a mascot?
Nah, mascot. Yeah, it's going to be a long weekend. He's an Arsenal fan, so he's. Yeah, you already know. You just know. I've got a text off him off his iPad already.
What's he said?
I hate you. So, yeah. So it's one of them.
He's out of order.
Yeah. So when Arsenal beat us here last year, he was bragging all weekend how great Giroud is and how bad his dad is, and then so this time it's my turn.
Love that. Your son goes to school to brag how bad his dad is.
Oh, he's my worst critic, honestly.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the worst.
Not today. Not today. You're going to go and tell him that Dad changed the game.
Yeah, pretty sure he'll give me a bit of grief, but it's all good fun. I say I'm just from a normal family and try and raise my.
I think, Troy, the way your sort of slower rise to the top helps you appreciate it all the more, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, everyone knows my backstory as well. I've had it taken away from me like that as well for being stupid. So, yeah, there's a fine balance now. Obviously, I've just enjoy it. Like, life's too short. Like, I'm 29 now. Family are taken care of. My nan doesn't have to work. My mum sends me a text. My mum's here today, which is quite nice. She don't normally come to football. So yeah, I'm just happy.
Keep enjoying it.
Yeah, when I don't enjoy it, that's when I hang my boots up.
It's brilliant. Look, thanks so much for coming up and joining us. I know when you've been out there today, played as well as you have, you do want to go and celebrate and whatever. So we appreciate you taking the time and for your honesty as well. It was great. We ask our viewers for a 3-word match report. We're going to ask for them in a minute. Can you give us yours for Watford today?
3-word.
Yeah.
Nervous, brilliant, exciting.
There you go. Nervous, brilliant and exciting. 3 points in the bag. And you're in the Champions League places.
Now.
Ever the realist, Troy. Appreciate it. Good luck turning your kid into a Watford fan. And listen, anytime you're welcome on the show. It was
Thank you
really
very much.
interesting.
Really appreciate your time, guys.
Thank you very much. Top man. Troy Deeney, man of the match, everyone. Well done, Troy.